This is one of my all-time favourite vintage dresses.
My favourite colours.
Oh, they are amazing colours. It's also one of the very first ones that I didn't purchase. My husband actually bought it for me as a birthday present. He is that good. So it's an original 1950s made in Hawaii. Came over from America for me. The colours, like you just said then, they're just the best colours ever in my books. I absolutely love sort of blues and greens. I think they're really nice. So you can see, obviously, it's silk, completely fitted as it comes down, and has the most amazing full circle hem that also dips down at the back. There's a little bit of a train as you walk in, which is really, really nice. The scarves are attached, the two chiffon scarves, which came in very handy. The last picture is me on a Caribbean cruise. I was in the middle of the sea, just outside of St. Lucia, when that picture was taken. And the cameraman was quite impressed with the way the wind just took flight of my chiffon. It was my Titanic moment. That's what I told everybody. Although the ship didn't go down, so I was okay. Thank goodness. So normally you'll see on the first picture, I dress that up with a series of corsages. The majority of my corsages are made for me. Again, I have another friend who makes the corsages that I want to match my outfits. So the shoulder corsage, which is the huge kind of flowered piece, is all sort of lime green, lilies and orchids. And then I have a matching hair piece that goes in as well. I hadn't got the shoulder corsage when I had this picture taken, so the shoulder corsage isn't on that one, but I think it finishes the outfit off. I don't tend to wear very much jewellery with it, because I think it says enough by itself.
Doesn't need it.
Yeah, that's my thinking. I just think it doesn't really need very much. I do wear, you can just see them just at the bottom. Those are a pair of 1950s kitten heels, which are rhinestone trimmed across the front. So they're kind of all, and you just see them kind of peep out at the bottom. So that's all I kind of wear with those. But this is definitely one of my favourites. It's a piece that I've had for probably going on about 8 or 9 years now, and I never ever get tired of wearing it. I will say as well, with my vintage pieces, I don't just wear them for events. This dress does go on holiday with me every year. And it does get worn on holiday, no matter where I am. So that last picture was on a Mediterranean cruise. And if it will move on for me. Oh, hang on. Oh, there we go. That picture.
I like the bike.
It's a very nice bike. This picture I just took, this was in Turkey on holiday. And in the hotel, we stayed at the same hotel we stayed at before. And the photographer in the hotel loved our sense of style. My husband dresses like I do as well, in the same sort of eras. And he bought his bike for us to do our photo shoot with his bike. And he actually said, "Can you lie on it and put your feet on my handlebars?" I was like, "I can. I will do that. That is absolutely fine." Pride and joy on this shot as well, not only is the dress, but those shoes are my very, very precious Vivienne Westwood cherry shoes, which have got 2 massive cherries on the front of them, and I love them. So that's just the sort of thing we get up to when we're on holiday. This is just a standard night for me, really. Kind of throwing myself around. There we go. So I've got you all back. So that's a very brief overview of stuff that I've got. Like I say, it's a very small snapshot. My other Lillian is a Lillian coat, a black princess coat with a mink collar, which is again a pride and joy piece of mine. Even better, I managed to find it in this country and not in America, where you've got to pay all the shipping costs.
And what colour is it? Green?
It's black. My Lillian is black. Yeah.
Right.
I've yet to find, I really do want a really, really nice princess coat in green from the 1940s. And when I find that, I'll be a very, very happy girl, but I haven't found one yet.
Where do you look?
Oh, I look all over. So I'm very, very lucky in the fact that I've been doing this for a long time. So I have a lot of traders now who know my size, they know my style, and then they'll call me up if something comes in. I know I've got a lot of shops that I look at online. I do a lot of searches on Etsy. I do a lot of searches on eBay and randomly pick things up, which is like sometimes you find, this sounds awful, something that somebody doesn't really know what it is. It tends to be, I find, someone who's clearing out a house for their aunts or their grandma or something, and they're selling something and they don't really quite know what it is. Etsy has a lot of stuff. Unfortunately, America has the best stuff, but the shipping costs now and the customs charges for getting stuff in from America is scandalous. So I've kind of tried to work out if I know anybody in America who can buy stuff for me and hold on to it. And then that's just a holiday at some point, isn't it? To go over and come back with a whole load of vintage clothing. So, but in the days,
Take an empty suitcase with you.
Oh, I would definitely. I know in the days, obviously, when we could meet up and things like that, there were vintage fairs galore. I mean, the vintage scene had taken off like nothing. Stockport had a vintage fair every month. There were big fairs in Manchester, in Liverpool, in Leeds, in Chester. And me and my husband, that's what we would do at a weekend. We would go out to a vintage fair, go for something to eat. I'd come home with clothing. He'd come home with less money in his bank. The world would be a nice place. I do buy a lot of stuff myself. I will add that in. I do buy a lot of stuff myself. But yeah, it's a big world out there, and vintage is massive. And if I can't find it and I want something specific, I have it commissioned now. So I know a couple of seamstresses who will make outfits for me. And again, sometimes I'll have something made if I want to take it on holiday and I want to search, because I dress like that all the time. So if I want to go on holiday and I want a 1940s look, but I don't want to I'm going to be wandering around somewhere and I might be down at a beach and I might be eating, I don't want to spill food or a drink or something on an original piece, then I'll have something made that can be put in the wash.
Makes sense.
It's a vast wardrobe. It's huge.
I've seen the vintage fair in Manchester. There's a vintage fabrics fair, I think.
The textile fair.
The textile fair.
Yeah, the textile fair is excellent.
I quite like going around the antique ones, and I've seen that one advertised. I've never been. It's
very, very interesting, the textile fair. It is a mix of textiles and clothes and accessories, etc. But it's a massive fair. It was a massive fair. I'm sure it will get back, but it was a huge, huge fair.